My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be doing the daily challenge for the 23rd of August 2019. The character is the defect, and the modifiers are all negative. Cursed runs certain future and deadly events. However, Cursed run, whenever you defeat a boss, become cursed, your starting relic is replaced with Cursed Key, Dark Sand Periapt, and Duvu Doll. Now, the Duvu Doll obviously gives us an extra point of strength at the start of each battle for each curse that we have in our main deck. Cursed Key gives us a curse for each chest that we open. Deadly events, question mark rooms, now contain elites, but are also more likely to contain treasure rooms. So it seems to me that this is just going to be a real heavy curse build. So basically anything that does damage we should take. Also certain future, so we're not actually going to be able to divert meaningfully from the main path. I say divert meaningfully from the main path, we're not going to be able to do it at all. Double defend, zap, and strike. Rather than the dual cast. Not feeling like the correct decision, because it feels like, yeah, I probably would have had lethal that turn. But that's okay, still had lethal that turn. Defragment versus Go for the Eyes. We take Go for the Eyes as being a cheap attack that we can cast. Like, Defragment is never going to be as good as, or rather, Focus is never going to be as good as just focusing on strength for us with the Duvu Doll. Take the money, because we've got to shop in a couple spaces time. So I hit the frontliner there because it leaves them on 8 HP, and I know that that's enough for 2 strikes, despite the fact that I was weakened to kill. Yep, end the turn immediately as well. Beautiful. So I'm not seeing many question marks on this floor, unfortunately. I was really hopeful that we were going to get a bunch of strength early. Sadly not the case. Streamline would help us for fighting elites. I suspect I actually have to take it, because I do need to pad out my deck. Actually, I think I take Hello World. At the start of your turn, add a random common card into your hand. A lot of the time, those will just be straight up damage cards or straight up defense cards, and both of those are really useful for us. Yeah. Well, All for One makes a lot of sense. So does Sweeping Beam. All for One because it will bring back the Go for the Eyes, but also in a strength-based deck for the defect, you're incentivized to pick up a lot of the low or zero cost attacks, like Beam Cell for vulnerability, as well as a little bit of damage, as well as Claw. And those will also work well with the All for One. Another option is taking the Centennial Puzzle here, so that we get extra draw at some point related to the Cursed Key. It's probably not going to happen. All for One we could turn down if we are really concerned about getting the Pauper bonus. I don't think I'm concerned about that at all. That could be a big difference maker between my run and some other ones. If people didn't pick that up, and then there's a bunch of zero costs that happen to spawn after this, we're going to be pulling far ahead. Rebound, Compile Driver, and Ball Lightning. In a vacuum, Ball Lightning makes more sense. Rebound, I think, makes more sense for me because it allows me to rebound the All for One back atop my deck. And I'm also never going to be capitalizing on orbs, so taking things that get better if I start to pivot towards an orb-based build seems daft. We'll upgrade Go for the Eyes for the extra defense it offers. I've had very few defensive cards offered so far. Hello World I took for its ability to offer me a defensive card as a secondary kind of effect. So you can tell we're getting a little desperate. Goodbye, Fungi Beast. Can I get some curses, please? Like, eventually, at all? Seek is useful. Just finds the right card at the right time. And if we have to let it go by on the first cycle, we can get it back from All for One. In case that happens to matter for us. I'd love to hold that Go for the Eyes right now. What a shame. This is going to be a hard fight for us, actually. Okay, I'm gonna hologram back the Go for the Eyes. Then I'm gonna rebound the Go for the Eyes. Feel like perma weakening this enemy is gonna be one of the most important things that I can get done. And I've already taken damage to them, so I'm not going to throw out the defend there, especially because the deck is very, very light on damage. So that's 10. I'm 1 short of lethal if I use that Seek in order to find a strike, but if I use it to find a rebound, then we have lethal. Sweet. Bottle Flame, upon pickup, choose an attack, start each combat without any opening hand. It's really important we don't do that with All for One, obviously. Doom and Gloom, double energy, and Compile Driver. Doom and Gloom just becomes a card that does damage to all enemies. That's really important that we have just a couple of those, despite the fact that we're not really interested in doing anything with the Dark Orb, specifically for the next floor. So we'll have to take that. Bottle Flame, I mean, putting that Doom and Gloom in the opening hand, it could be a lot worse. It gets you a Dark Orb out really early. Another option is Go for the Eyes, so that I always have weakness on my enemies, and then always in the first cycle, All for One pulls back Go for the Eyes. That's actually a little more appealing. I feel like that's, like, this is if I need the aggressive bonus, and I don't think I do. I think I need the defensive bonus, so we go for the Eyes. The near guarantee that I get to play it 2 times in the first cycle. Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP. We also got a Parasite there. Shouldn't be too impactful, thankfully. Now that the All for One is still in the deck, and I'm not going to remove Zap or Dual Cast. I should probably remove Zap and Dual Cast eventually. I'm going to put Hello World in my opening hand so that if I know that the fight is going long, I can play Hello World on the first turn to get a little more comfortable. Take the extra curse there rather than the odd mushroom. You give in to the unnatural desire to eat. As you consume mushroom after mushroom, you feel yourself entering a daze as you pass out. As you wake, you also feel very odd. You heal 25% of your max HP, but you also become infected. So parasites are really, really useful because I don't intend on removing them. So I could have had such a worse experience with getting a random curse earlier. Obviously, the one against the mushrooms is always Parasite, but the one from the chest was not always Parasite. FTL. It's just great. It has no card or energy cost oftentimes in this deck. So probably using FTL, Seek, Doom and Gloom. So how do I do it? I Seek Doom and Gloom. Oh, okay. I can't rebound Doom and Gloom or rebound anything effectively here. Hang on. So Doom and Gloom is 12 damage to all enemies, which means that the FTL and Go for the Eyes can take out these 2 extra targets. It's a bad draw, FTL. So we will be taking 5 damage this turn. Oh well. I'm okay with that. It's in a hallway fight anyway, so it's not like it matters. Fusion, Ball Lightning, Recursion. It does feel like I shouldn't turn any of these down, but Ball Lightning is the only one I could even consider. Extra point of strength just by base. Could still be useful. There's also an FTL there, though. FTL as well as Leap and Hologram. Leap and Hologram are both really, really useful defensive opportunities for us. Yeah. They also allow us to get the right cards back at the right time. Unfortunately, we never had the ability to get the blue candle here, so we just ignore it. Not even gonna bother mentioning it, aside from the fact that I'm mentioning that I'm gonna bother mentioning. I feel like I may have made a mistake somewhere there. All right. That's a bad first turn for us. Oh my god, you are kidding me, right? I'm gonna hollow back the FTL, use that for an extra draw. Just to try and get an extra attack out this turn. Yeah, I'm very, very hyper reliant on getting FTL and All for One next turn, but if I get Seek, that is both of those, so that could do it. I got none of them instead. That's really bad. Okay. I don't like Snecko Oil. Become confused and draw 3 cards. I don't think it's that good. The problem is if it roll, like even if we do get the All for One, and that's only a 50-50. But there's a turbo in my hand. I think I can kill this turn. As long as I got the All for One. Good. Okay, so I am going to FTL. You played less than 3 cards this turn. Okay. Less than 3. That's a problem. Because I can rebound All for One and then FTL. But then that draws All for One, and All for One might not be 0 cost at that point either. It's how many times can I play All for One this turn, right? So rebound All for One gets the All for One back atop my deck. The only way to draw it in this hand is the FTL immediately thereafter. That draws it into a hand where as long as it costs 2 or less, I'm fine, actually. Because I have the turbo to cast at that point. Okay, so it's... I rebound the All for One. I don't get turbo back in hand. That makes sense to me. That's fine. Actually, this FTL can be the one that I use for the draw. Great. Okay, get another 0 out of hand. Then I All for One again. Great. Dual cast double strike seems like the most damage. But I guess next hand I know that I will have the ability to blow up this Dark Orb, because even if I can't do it naturally, I can just find it with Seek. So I guaranteed the lethal the turn afterwards as well. Okay, so that was a doubt. That's fine. Could be a lot worse. Buffer Normality. There's no Normality here. Meteor Strike and Electrodynamics. So Meteor Strike is very likely to be playable for us because we already have an extra energy by base. Buffer is a little bit of a problem just in curse decks because things like Pain and Regret take the charge of Buffer really, really quickly from you. And Electrodynamics doesn't really make sense here. So it's either Meteor Strike or Buffer. I suspect I take Meteor Strike here. Just because this has the ability to go insane, especially next floor with like a Necronomicon. Okay. Inability to rest at rest sites should be fine. We're healing 2 HP every single combat, and we're also really, really powerful. Okay. Also, there's not even that many rest sites. We don't even get to choose when to go to rest sites, so... Coffee Dripper choosing that I never go to any doesn't seem that bad. Not get all my parasites in the opening hand. They're not actually Rives, so I don't know why I'm getting in the opening hand here. Just saying. Okay. Sure, I take 2 damage this turn, but 3 extra energy? It's pretty good. Stack some damage on the deck. I'd really like to see a Rip and Tear. In particular. 2 triggers of damage against random enemies. There's another copy of Go for the Eyes. It's up against Recursion. No, let's just go for the Eyes. No justification going another way there. Hey, Doom and Gloom turns up really early. That's actually quite helpful. Okay, so I can Seek now. How many 0 costs do I have in the deck? I have those 2 FTLs. I could cast 2 FTLs. I'm gonna do that. I'm just short of killing the backliner if I use Meteor Strike right now. Doom and Gloom, I'm a curse off. I'm getting the right effect, I feel. I'm gonna hologram back the Doom and Gloom, play that, then all for one here, and then just murder. No need to agonize over it for too long. There's another Ball Lightning. It's up against another hologram. Hologram is useful for me in the abstract. Ball Lightning, I think I have enough damage that Ball Lightning's not necessarily something I need to gun for anymore. It's a second copy of Doom and Gloom. Could take that and a leap. Yeah. Again, helps me pad out the decks so I can lower the impact of the curses that I have in here. Wild. Alright, I have 2 Doom and Glooms left in the deck, so should be real easy to get that frontliner down. Never mind. I'm gonna rebound this leap because I feel like I might actually just have to go for a heavy defend this turn. There's only 1 0 cost in the discard pile right now. Not actually super enthused about taking this giant hit from the enemies. So if I have 5 decks, this would block me for 14, 25% less from the frailty is 4 less in the game's logic, so 10. And then this would be 7. So I can defend for 17 just using the speed potion this turn. But if I'm using the speed potion, I suspect that should be in an elite fight or in a boss fight in order to save my perfected bonus. So I feel like it's probably an attack potion. I hate that with all that, we still do basically nothing. Meteor Strike might not have been the correct decision, though. Shouldn't have just snap-picked it, that's my bad. Darkness, go for the Eyes Equilibrium. Equilibrium helps provide the defense that we're looking for, as well as kind of pseudo card draw by retaining the previous turn's cards. But it's up against the Go for the Eyes in a deck that already has 2 of them, so the collector's bonus is pretty near. Hey. Got the Warpaint to upgrade 2 of my random skills, including one of them getting upgraded to being 0 cost for the All for One. But not only do we benefit from that, but we even get another curse. Sadly, this one is in our opening hand. It's Riot. Yikes. I'm actually really tempted to Explosive Potion, Fire Potion the backliner. Just murdering them. I don't have another elite this floor, but I can't rest here, and I can't rest here, and that is the champ, and I don't have a very overly defensive deck. It's not like the Fire Potion and Explosive Potion are going to be great in that fight. The enemy has enough HP at that point that it's not that kind of battle anymore. Dang it, the strike didn't actually connect. My bad. Let's bring those out. Go for the shovel. You can now dig for relics or rest sites. Well, at least we have something to do with those rest sites now. There's a beam cell. Sweeping beam is also actually really appealing there. Potion belt upon pick up, gain 2 potion slots. Good thing I don't have Sozu. Matroshka, the next non-boss chest you open contain 2 relics. Hopefully we do hit 2 before the end of the run. Otherwise that's going to be a little disappointing. Yeah, I'll go for the eyes, bring back the go for the eyes, and go for it again. Okay, we're taking a hit in this fight. Like, I can't get Meteor Strike out right now unless I want to use my energy potion. Oof. Fine. There goes my energy potion. It should ultimately be okay, I hope, though. Goodbye, for you, and hello to Ball Lightning. Or is it Scrape? Scrape is actually really good. It discards curses it picks up. It picks up 0 costs. It's fine. Oh, yes! We actually do get the opportunity to go to the Colosseum. Okay. I am very, very pleased about the fact that we get to go here. I might not be able to win, but regardless, I'm taking this fight. It's going to be really, really fun. And if we do manage to live, then we get real powerful. All right. Fight for victory. Bad early draw. Not a good one. It's okay, though. Good time on All for One. I'd love to Meteor Strike. I hate that Meteor Strike is something that I can never actually afford to do. Like, I'd always love to do it, but can never really justify it. So I'll take a couple of lumps, but I am going to get out of here with my relics. Beautiful. I get Tori. Whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1, as well as Mercury Hourglass. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies, 100 gold, and a copy of Recycle, Charge Battery, or Creative AI. Charge Battery is the only one here that I'm considering. Because Recycle burns a curse, and then I've removed 2 cards from my hand, and I have no extra energy. What have I done? Take the Charge Battery, though. Yeah, it feels like some of my hands want me to have 500 energy, and some of my hands don't care if I have any energy at all. Especially my opening hands are quite bad. That Go for the Eyes in the opening hand seemed a good idea until I ended up with a bunch of Go for the Eyes, and then suddenly, it didn't really matter anymore, did it? Start getting that Dark Orb up there gestating. Okay, I am going to seek the All for One and Beam Cell, I think, here. I'll Beam Cell. All for One back Go for the Eyes and Beam Cell. Do that again. Hologram to get back All for One. And do it all over again. Omamori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain? No. Recursion and Charge Battery. I'll take a Charge Battery, though. Yeah, definitely not taking the Omamori. We do actually... Do I want those extra curses anymore? This is the point at which I have to decide. Do I think that... Do I think that I perfect bosses by getting more strength? Or do I think that I sit here with just my 5 curses, and that should be enough? Well, one of the problems about having 5 curses here is that the 6th curse is the one that is going to give us the HP bonus for getting 30 max HP. Right, we started as the defect. Ironclad starts on 80 HP. Does the defect start on 75? We might actually already have the bonus. I'm going to take the Omamori here. I mean, I already have 5 curses, so I have the collectors. Sorry, not the collectors, but I have the assigned bonus for that. Can I not get Parasite in the opening hand every single time? It's really, really disruptive. It's kind of frustrating. Pretty quick kill right there, though. Let's hollow back a All for One. Just to see if we can get something useful out of that turn. I mean, the enemy already dies from the Mercury Hourglass, so it worked out just with a slight delay. Choose 1 of 3 random power cards you add to your turn. It costs 3 this... to your hand, it costs 3 this time. Equilibrium there, pre-upgraded. It's up against Leap. Leap is a card I already have 2 of, so I'm closer to Collector's bonus. Gotta go with that. I'm almost up to my 50 cards in the deck as well, which is looking pretty good. Do have to make sure. I still think I need a selection in every single shop to guarantee it, though. Okay. These holograms have proven worth their absolute weight in gold. Because they can return any of the 0 costs that I'm casting in the deck naturally as a result of wanting to get so much out of All for One. But they can also bring back the All for One, which then brings all of them back. And it's really important because I have enough energy to All for One, hologram All for One, 5 energy, right? 2, 1, 2. And I have enough energy if that isn't working out, or if I don't have All for One in the hand, to play a 0 cost, then hologram, then 0 cost again. So you still get a bunch of extra value out of it. Hologram is just such a natural fit here. Boot Sequence versus Steam Barrier versus Barrage. Barrage is actually surprisingly good for us, being a multiple hit effect. That said, we don't generate that many orbs. I feel like we don't need Barrage, as in we don't need damage as much as we need defense. I'm gonna take a Steam Barrier. I take the Steam Barrier there because there's the possibility of still getting the Collector's Bonus on that. I don't think there's anything in the deck that desperately needs to be upgraded right now. Yeah, nothing particularly changes by getting upgraded here, so we go for the Dig. Art of War, if you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn. I suspect that we're not... Oh, yikes. I suspect that the longer this fight goes on, the more that we don't win it. And I kind of want to get more powerful next floor. So in order to try and perfect this boss, I think I have to get the Power Potion out on turn 1. That Seek, though... So I definitely weaken the enemy this turn. Go for the Eyes definitely goes out. That Seek hits what? So if I go for Eyes and weaken the enemy, they're doing 9 damage, not 8. 9. So the Steam Barrier is not enough defense by itself. Drawing an extra card every turn is pretty good. So the reason I'm asking, is the Steam Barrier by itself enough defense, is because if it was, then I'd take that and the Meteor Strike. Meteor Strike the enemy, Steam Barrier, and I'm totally defended. It's fine. Sadly, it's not. Also going to be weakened next turn, so I don't want to set up for any damage like that. And I have 5 extra energy this turn as well. That's the most difficult thing here, finding something to do with 5 energy. I want to leave the holograms still in the deck. Like, Leap Doom and Gloom seems fine, but even then, like, that's a real waste of a Seek. But sadly, it seems exactly what we have to do. 18 incoming. Thankfully, we do get the defenses done. Six, 6, 3, 2. Actually, short on defense. What? That's really annoying, because that means that hologram has to fetch something that defends me, so I can't go for another Doom and Gloom. Oh, yeah, absolute bugger. All right, I'll take, I guess, just a leap. Oh, dirty pull. 13 incoming. Yeah, I can't defend every single turn, and in fact, it looks like this turn is already no defense. Oh, got a dual cast there, but that's not gonna be enough. Yeah, no, we're taking damage this turn. I tried real hard to make sure we wouldn't take damage this fight, but the enemy attacked on the first 3 turns, so that's really rough. Usually they take at least 1 turn to buff, so I would have had some time to set up like a Meteor Strike or something like that, but not here. Okay, well, if that's not happening, Rebound, Streamline, Leap, and Dual Cast. I'm getting you dead now. ASAP, bud. all these back. Enemies purging this turn. We were really close to actually being able to perfect them as well. Oh, look at that meteor strike. Yikes. Could have been so much better. Fine. So you missed out on one perfect. I still think our score will be okay. Just okay though. The weakness has been super useful. No claws in the deck at the moment, though. Draw has also been something letting us down, to be fair. Creative AI, Thunderstrike, and Fission. Fission's the only one I consider here, and it's literally just to pad the deck. Upon big up, obtain 3 curses and 3 relics. Well, I can't do that, right? Isn't it Runic Pyramid? It's Runic. Oh, it can't be Runic Pyramid because then the parasites stay in hand and they literally never leave. Only Decay and Doubt both leave my hand at the end of the turn. So I can't take Runic Pyramid. Philosopher's Stone is for the extra energy. Extra energy is literally just like if I'm putting a bunch of draw in this deck. But I have no draw in this deck yet. Like I have faux draw, pseudo draw. I don't have draw. Maybe I do take the Calling Bell. Maybe Omamori was dumb and I should have just been going all in on the curses. Yeah, fine. Oh, 2 pains. Yeah, good work. Bag of Reparation at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. Very happy to see it. Meat on the bone if your HP is addable at 50%. At the end of combat, heal 12 HP as well as Ginger. You can no longer become weakened. Yeah, that's kind of useful. Dang it. Just shouldn't have taken the Omamori. Oh well. Mistakes were made. My job is just to learn from them in the future. That pain is annoying. Seek finds Doom and Doom. That'll happen twice. Thank you, Tori, for reducing the incoming damage. Lovely. Skill Potion as well as Static Discharge, Steam Barrier, and Blizzard. We'll take the Steam Barrier. Same reason as last time. And that deck. Oof. Again, pain. Real rough for us in this run, and it's just turning up every single hand. Can you actually stay at the bottom of the deck just like once, just for once? Be nice. I'm gonna hologram back the Scrape because I think that's probably the best way to have a decent impact this turn. Turns out that might have been true, but it didn't prove itself. Claw. Turbo would make more sense if I didn't have enough energy and I still, like, had more draw, and I don't. Claws literally just get me another source of my strength in damage in the deck, please. Go for the Eye's Claw. I can seek finding... I can find both pains here at the end of the first hand, just so that I don't have to draw them later. Actually, I'm going to take Rebound All for One, and then I'm going to rebound the All for One to the top of the deck. Cast each of these again, because the enemy is probably going to be attacking next turn, which means that I have the ability to weaken them. Great. Great, great, great. Entropic Brew is super damn useful here. We'll take another Beam Cell. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy, as well as whenever you earn an attack card to your deck, upgrade it. Neat pickups. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'm 5 relics short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I actually can get I Like Relics before the end of the run, which is surprising. I kind of thought I was giving up on I Like Relics when I bought as many cards as I did, as early as I did, rather than just buying a bunch of relics. Hologram back Meteor Strike, use that. Hologram back Meteor Strike, use that. Great. Holo Meteor Strike can become absolutely insane as well, but we've seen that more commonly in the normal series for this game. Machine Learning seems like a good card to pad here. Just trying to get to my 50. I think I do just save a bunch of potions for the final combat so that I can just blow up the enemy, hopefully on one turn, off of playing a ridiculous amount of potions. I don't know how realistic that is, but that's ideally how it works out in my brain. Okay, so there's an all for one. There's a hologram in my hand, so I seek the all for one and a 0 cost. Is the enemy vulnerable? No, but they will be after the first hit anyway. Yeah, it's fine, I'll make him Beam Cell. Beam Cell, all for one, brings everything back. And I had the hologram to do it all again if I needed to. Shuriken, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Super useful. Bullseye, Overclock. We're never getting to the new draw pile, so we just take Overclock naturally. Padded the deck heavily enough to go with this. If I could have, like, Bottled Lightning Seek. Oh. One of the best things you can do is a defects, because then you just have your whole deck's worth of choices. It can become a little overwhelming and a little fatiguing to play like that, but oh, the power. Unlimited power. Dex potion for us, as well as a sweeping beam. Yeah, we're going up against the awakened one. Sweeping beam seems like it'll be pretty useful. Get those chumps down. Our curse is going to be a lot worse. Like, the fact that I have 2 pains in the deck is actually fine. Because, gosh, it could have been so much worse. Like, just writhe. Like, my first 2 hands, just complete garbage. That's something that could happen to us. That's another Steam Barrier. Is that a collector's bonus on it? Because if it is, I'll take it. If it's not, I probably won't. 2 Steam Barriers in the deck. I have 2 Steam Barriers in the deck. There's a shop later, though. I'll take it. It's over Skim, and I'm sad about it, but collector's bonus. Strawberry, raising max HP by 7, as well as Runic Dodecahedron. If your HP is full, gain energy at the start of your turn. I hope to trigger that one of these days. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. This is fine. Totally fine. Turbo's useful in these decks. It's just nothing we really had an opportunity to use. Boot sequence? Like, Turbo only showed up once, and it was showing up against a much better card. Cool-Headed or Darkness? I think Cool-Headed, it's pseudo card draw. Well, pseudo card draw, it's direct card draw. Pseudo card draw. I'd like to see what my justification with that is. Go with the dig here. Kunai, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. Well, this is definitely the right type of deck to be able to capitalize on those kinds of things. Now, this is something I actually want to check. I have 2 parasites in the deck, right? Yeah, I only have 2 parasites in the deck. Now, if I get this enemy to give me a parasite... One sec. Well, as I try to provoke that, if I get this enemy to give me a parasite, and then after the final boss dies, I get a parasite there as well, which is possible, then I'll get a collector's bonus for having enough parasites. Which seems good fun. Okay, Beam Cell, Rebound, All for One. Take my Parasite. Thunderstrike, Ball Lightning, Compile Driver. Ball Lightning's closest, I guess. That said, Compile Driver has draw. Yeah. Has draw attached, and I'm not getting the collector's bonus on that anyway, so may as well. Dig for another relic. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card in a turn, add a random card in your hand called Zero for the rest of the turn. Okay, well, Aggregate is obviously hilarious. Secret Weapon is also really good. Finds the right card at the right time. Core Surge isn't that bad either, keeping possible decks. Most of this is pretty useful. 3 additional orb slots? Yeah, let's do that. And some strength. Now that I have 10 curses in my deck, do I want to remove one of my rides just so I don't have that in my opening hand? I think I do. Because it's not benefiting my score at all to have that ride in the deck right now. It benefits my strength by 1, but whether or not I can get my first turn off effectively is the most important thing, so that 1 strength shouldn't make too much of a difference. Okay. See what the skill potion gives us. Fusion seems the only useful thing now. Alright, Entropic Brew. Found a Focus Potion, 2 Essences of Steel, 2 Plated Armors. Okay, so it's helpful for our defense, at least. Okay, let's... I can charge battery, hologram back the fusion, use the fusion again. Ideally, this is just setting us up where I can do pretty much anything I want on any turn, but I know I'm entirely at the whim of the draw. Okay, so Beam Cell, FTL, then Scrape seems correct. Okay, we got a Steam Barrier. That's useful at least. In fact, that's a full block for us. So the enemy is weakened from 7 times 3 this turn, down to 5 by 3. So giving them 2 strength, they go to 9 by 3. 9 by 3 weakens down to 6. Pretty sure 9 weakens to 6. So I'm pretty sure if I use an extra attack here, I'm fine. Yeah. So they did 6 3 times there, and I still had 1 block at the very end. That's all I was checking. I could try and go for the kill this turn with this hand. Seek, finding, all for 1. And then all I need is damage. How many 0 costs do I have? 1, 2. The Steam Barriers in my discard pile are going to be a problem. Okay. I seek... Aggregate is actually hilarious here as well. Although, like, entirely unnecessary. Oops. Rebound, all for 1 to the top of the deck. Make the enemy vulnerable. Weakens. Just keep attacking. Oh, dang it. That awful one was supposed to stay on the top of the deck. Oops. Oops, all that was bad and wrong. Hopefully I can do 40 damage this turn, 37 damage this turn. Thank heck we could. We actually just got under the 45 minutes in the runtime there as well. 1075, yeah. Yeah, that was the mode score, wasn't it? And I have to imagine it was probably a lot of people doing pretty much exactly the same thing that I just did there. Without being able to, you know, choose your path because there's a certain future, you end up with a lot of scores of the same run. Yeah, 1075, 1075, true, cool. So I'm equal 9th and 15th. Anywhere through there. Burst got an extra... Whoa. An extra 175 in there. Okay, so 100 comes from... it's probably 75 from collector's bonuses, if I had to guess. And then the 100 comes from perfect. Beyond perfect. Still, not a bad showing as far as I'm concerned. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.